Okay. Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy Sunday and
What's so
Family
happy
Day.
about it? It's minus 40 outside.
It's Family Day weekend in Canada. I don't know what the states have.
Veterans
If we got
Day? No. Memorial
no,
Day?
maybe. Is there Monday a holiday? USers?
I don't know. Memorial Day.
There you go.
Federal holiday. This is
USA.
who cares? It's in May. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
USA.
Valentine's Day holiday for the
There we
United
go.
States.
Because they love you.
Uh so how was the week?
It was an eventful week. Yours? Wrestling was busy.
It was. The washing machine fiasco is
Yeah.
sorted out. Had to buy a new washing machine.
Oh, serious? It wasn't even fixable? Not worth it?
Well, by the time you get parts and everything
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah, especially from Trail, I find like crazy expensive. The one shop local. It's like, what? I did
Yeah,
our fridge
so
with Amazon parts, and it saved probably $300, and they worked. I was shocked. I was
yeah,
like,
I
I'm gonna
probably
take the
could have found parts for it, but
yeah
whatever.
age. Look
Whatever.
at it like, yeah, is
Had
it
to
worth
get a
it?
new one.
Yeah.
That's right. Top load, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Can ride that thing. Put a saddle on her.
Woo-wee.
Woo-wee. Look at shirt.
Oh, look at that. New swag. He's wearing it. Is it
Ow!
is it soft?
It's very soft. You'll definitely want the large, and only $99.99 on the shop.
Oh yeah. By the way, on our 800,000 followers,
Yeah, if you want to support us,
with 10 easy payments installments of $9.99, you can receive yours.
yeah. No, it's actually pretty. It's nice and light. That's what I like about it. Not heavy. Don't like a heavy
Flowy.
shirt. Flow.
All right, what do you want to
What's
start with? News
news?
or
Let's do it.
discussion? All right. Let's start with this then. Hall of Fame.
Woo!
So we have some spoilers here for the Hall of Fame. We already know that where is she at? Michelle McCool right here
Did you watch
was
that video?
I did, yeah. I watched it.
That was cute. I thought it was cute.
It was, yeah. They even had Taker breaking on live TV, so
Yeah.
now that he's
Oh, just to
retired,
see
he's
her.
just pulling the curtain back. He's just a soft bitch now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like how it was a surprise to her too. You could tell she was genuinely like, "Oh my god!" So
Yeah,
that was cool.
yeah, it was very cool for her. I think she deserves it,
Yeah. Have you heard of
especially,
Layla?
well, yeah, especially having to endure what she had to do in that time frame, right? Oh
Yeah.
04, oh 05, oh 06, right? The whole Piggy James thing.
Yeah. Hearing how she hated doing that,
Yeah.
and Mickey was like, "No, it's okay. It's your job." Like, yikes.
Um.
And her and Layla were. I thought the split title was awesome,
Cool idea.
innovative. Yeah. And they could work. They at least had consistent matches. They weren't trying to be the pillow fighting girls. They were actually trying to wrestle.
Yeah. No,
Layla could
that's right.
wrestle too.
Her interview with Chris Van Vliet was quite interesting in terms of how, as the internet and everything has happened, and how Undertaker now is okay with kind of telling stories of pulling the curtain back, so to speak.
Yeah.
She kind of was telling a little bit of insight on her era and what she was dealing with, and I guess there was one moment where her and Victoria had a match,
Okay.
and they got back to Gorilla, and she doesn't say who, but we all know who sits in Gorilla. Said to her, said to them, "You guys got to go back out because your punches look better than the guys."
Yeah.
Which, number one, tells you how sad the state of men's wrestling was at that time and how far it had fallen since
Yes.
the peak in 2001. And
Well, I could just imagine who was on the card before them.
right,
Like, yeah,
and it was Chris Jericho actually that stood up for them and said, "Well, it's not their fault that their punches look better."
Yeah, and it's not.
It's
That's
not
their job.
right? So
yeah. So I'm glad Chris said something, at least, right? He was probably at that point where he's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Drink it in, man.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. That was cool to hear.
Yeah, very cool. It's a good interview. If you didn't watch it or haven't watched it or listened to it, Chris Van Vliet, good interview. So she's in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Now, this hasn't been announced for sure, but Demolition.
Right off of nodq.com.
Demolition signs a Legends deal.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was. It was pretty. Don't.
I stopped myself. Yeah, don't worry.
I'm pretty sure it was Barry Darsow that was in that lawsuit.
Yeah, I swear both were.
It could have been
for sure. Yeah.
Repo Man, lawsuit. Repo Man. You can sing that theme if you want.
But. Yeah, Repo. That was a good theme.
Yeah.
But those Legends deals, that confirms it, and people have been wanting them in for ages now. But of course, Vince, being Vince, like, no.
That's right.
Vince would never let it happen.
No, he would have never.
No.
Oh, it was Edie. Grudge. It was Bill. It says right here.
Bill. Yeah.
That was lengthy legal battle over the rights to the Demolition name. Oh, so this is a different one. They were both part of the CTE lawsuit. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he wanted the name because even at signings and stuff, they're like, well, how do we make money? For one, we're ancient and we can't move anymore. Like, clearly their bodies hurt. And it's like, come on, like, let us make some sort of money off our name. If you're not going to...
Darsow is probably somewhat recognizable to, smarter wrestling fans. I honestly couldn't tell you what Bill Edie would even look like nowadays.
No, there was an updated picture of him somewhere. And oh boy, they age obviously caught up.
I hated Demolition, though. I hated them. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe because they was feuding against
Orient Express.
Yeah, yeah, and the Heart Foundation. And I was a Heart Foundation guy when I was a wee lad. Although Heart Foundation was heel initially.
Yeah. Is it Bill who's 10 years older than Barry? Yeah, I think so, right? And that's why they threw Crush in there.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's how Crush got involved. Like, it's like, oh, you're too old. Just like LOD, right? Like, oh, you're an Elkie. Let's get draws in there.
That's right. So, yeah.
Same BS. BS.
That went well for him.
Anyway. Yeah, never works with those classic groups. So I'm glad they're at least getting a Legends deal. That'll be fun in the game.
This is just it's also unknown whether WWE would consider including Crush. I very much doubt it.
Yeah. He was like tail end.
Since he wasn't included in the NWO, obviously, or Nation, or whatever. I don't think they're gonna include
on his own. I could see it
I don't
Sunday.
even think I could see them putting him in on his own. What did he
No,
do?
I mean when he was Kona Hawaii Crush, him and Macho, that's who
They
I
had
saw in
yeah,
town.
they had a good feud, but
Yeah, he was a great hand, and he was being pushed huge as that as the Kona Hawaii Crusher or whatever.
well, and then he went heel Kona, and then he
Yeah,
went biker with dreadlock or not dreadlocks.
Disciples of Apocalypse. That was a group, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that, but he was like when he was in the Nation, he wore a denim
Oh yeah.
Canadian tuxedo to the ring to wrestle. Anyway,
With that other awful tag team, White Rappers.
oh yeah,
I forget their name, but they were awful.
but
Nice.
you didn't watch AEW, right? You said
No, I just skimmed past the results.
so. I don't want to listen. I don't want to bash the other promotion to no end. But I watched this show. I just can't get into it. I just can't get into the wrestling that they are trying to portray.
It's hard.
Right? Like the tag match that opened, it was just like, how many spots can we smash into this match? There's no psychology. Right? Like Kyle Fletcher would get like 2 pile drivers, and all of a sudden he would get up and deliver a move.
Yeah.
Like he'd pretend to be dazed for 25 seconds, not even 10 seconds, and then all of a sudden, oh, I got to move and I'm back on top.
And Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher, they're the future, but they don't need to be doing all those. Like they're just destroying their bodies. Also,
it's
like ridiculous stuff. They're great.
It's
great
just
talent,
to me
but,
is like North American New Japan.
Yeah,
it's like the United States version of New Japan, but worse. Because at least you get some psychology in New Japan. Sure, it's all spot after spot after spot, but I don't know. And I get
AEW
you've got
wasn't even
huge
like this.
proponent. Yeah, they weren't.
In the beginning, because I've watched since day one, so no one can say I don't watch them. And they weren't like that. They had their matches that were like that, but they had storylines too.
Right?
Moxley
yeah, why did I can't bring myself to say Cope, so I'm just gonna call him Edge still. Why did he lose? Why did he get choked out? All that tells me is that probably at the next pay-per-view, because the Death Riders story is dying. Horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah. Unwatchable almost.
Well, it is. It's to that point, right? So now Moxley chokes out Edge, which only can tell me that at their next pay-per-view that a 50-year-old man is going to be your world champion.
Yeah, and don't forget Christian can cash in his almost Money in the Bank contract.
That's right.
So you might have 2 50-year-olds.
We're going to get Edge versus Christian as the program for the world championship in your promotion, and I just don't get it.
When you have Will Ospreay, you have Kenny Omega,
Takeshita, you've got Fletcher. Takeshita, even like Okada, Switchblade, Hangman, Swerve, right? You have all these. MJF is doing. He's in a program with fucking Goldust right now, with Dustin, I think.
Yeah, but to me, like when you have a tag match with your world champ, that's when your world champ can lose, no problem, because it builds it up if you write it the right way.
That's right.
Like, oh, the champ lost. Well, that's
he got pinned in the. That's right. Could have got pinned clean in the, or even not clean. Just could have got pinned.
Simple.
Because you don't lose the title easy. It's easy stuff.
Yeah.
No, he chokes out Edge.
Yeah.
It's just, and then we have this. Now,
And that's how you that's how you write a story, right? You want to build up for the next show, I thought, anyways, in this business.
so we have this story. This is the best, for my money, Timeless Tony Storm has been the best gimmick in wrestling for the last year. I would say she has the best gimmick even in the Fed. I like it a lot.
It's hilarious.
And I think it was inevitable that I think everybody knew she was going to win this title back at home.
Yeah.
But she won it with a fucking roll up.
Yeah.
No, not a roll up, an inside cradle.
Yeah. After
same
May
thing.
Hit,
right?
Hit, yeah,
her finisher.
Tony's
finisher. Mayday or whatever she calls it. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, she went to hit that. She hit Tony's as like a FU and then goes to hit hers and then a roll up, really? Especially when that's your Australian like superstar. Come on.
Yeah, it's just
the crowd's like, what? Oh, roll up. Yeah, okay, cool. She won. That's not how you get the crowd going either.
No.
I guess it keeps May strong, but you can, I don't know.
Well, no, it doesn't, because she got pinned by a
roll up.
By a roll up.
I laugh. Like they have a lot of good women's talent there too. But I don't know what it is. It's like you have the odd one who gets their personality over. Even Harley.
Joey Chaos here.
Like, well, you know, we're not going to do this, right? And then they're just kind of like DOA.
I keep calling it the wrong fucking thing. It's a small package. She won with a small package. That's what it was. Still, same shit.
You never hear that.
Yeah. No, nobody calls the moves. And she pins her with a slam. Thanks, Joe Tessitore. It's just like, anyways. I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to bash this company too much, but it's just like, it's just and the fucking guy gets booed, and he comes out. Oh, but we're coming back. And then they're like, yay! It's just like,
of course,
yeah.
Sakes. Yeah. He probably would have said, "Well, I'll give you all free tickets just to get a pop after that." He looked like his soul was crushed when they were booing. Like I can just imagine what it felt like for him, because it's like, yeah, your booking sucks, Tony. Your booking sucks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Use your talent.
I don't know what to.
Amazing talent. Use it.
Well, then it's just I don't understand how like some of these vets aren't like, hey, maybe don't book it this way.
Well, it almost sounds like the ones who tried, right? Didn't Arn try and speak up? Even Mark Henry, and it's like, well, they're gone now.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
it's like we tried to help, and then he's kind of like, well, no, I'm doing it my way. I'm like, okay, dude.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows?
Using TNM7 to book it. God, I love that. That was such a fun emulator.
Okay, let's kick her into marginally higher gear here. Into the SmackDown review.
Great opening.
Yeah, the crowd is super hot. Crowd is super
Make
hot.
a note. Who filled in for Joe Tessitore?
Yes, so that's what I got. Vic Joseph filling in for Joe Tess.
Yep.
Hey, Corey, maybe next time you'll keep your fucking mouth shut.
Imagine that, eh? And Vic did good. Vic
did great. Together. I love Vic. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the DC crowd is super hot. Even Green Shirt was there, so I wonder if he lives close.
Yeah, got to be in Northeast. But man, you are so right, right? You know, like if you kept your mouth shut, you would have been the guy filling in on all these shows. Raw, SmackDown, Raw when Pat leaves.
Mm-hmm.
His priorities football. Come on, Corey.
You maybe even would have had
Oops.
a seat at Rumble instead of Wade.
Definitely.
But
Him, Michael, and Pat would always do great 3-man booths.
yeah,
It was funny.
so
Pat and Corey, they had great chemistry.
oh,
feud
it's
going on,
awesome.
so-
Yeah, it's awesome.
Shot yourself.
So, and then we get the most boring wrestler they have right now to come out and open the show.
Man Mountain Rock.
Yep. Cody Rhodes comes out.
Oh, him.
He puts over Logan Paul as the most natural athlete they've got.
I agree.
I would agree. Maybe not the most natural athlete, but puts him over nonetheless, as he should.
Yeah. For a guy who just jumped in, man, he's so good.
And I wasn't really listening to what Cody said, to be honest. So
No, he was just kind of yapping as he usually does, right?
yeah. Drew comes out.
He was funny. Drew's
great. I love Drew.
That's all I get. Come on,
Yeah.
That's all I get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Digging in.
I didn't really realize that Drew is one of the only like 2 or 3 guys that has a win over Cody.
Which is great.
Cody's been back. Yeah. So
under his belt, right?
I still don't think. I think Punk's gonna win the Chamber. Anyways, I think we're gonna get Punk and Cody at Mania instead of Punk Cena. I mean, instead of Cody Cena.
I do love how it's up in the air. Like, what are we gonna get? It's fun that way.
I think Cody and Cena is like it sells the tickets because it's Cena, but I don't think it's the quality of match that we would get out of Cody and Punk.
Yeah, exactly.
Punk is doing some of his best work right now, like in-ring work. That match with Sami Zayn was fucking awesome.
That last injury, you could tell he went and got in shape. He's like, I'm done. Like, I'm getting my body up to code because he was sick of falling apart.
That's right. And he knows this is his last go at it. So
yeah. So do you think Cena, you know how like everyone's worried about Cena getting his 17th title reign? What if it did happen right at the end of the year and it was like, okay, and then he just does hand it over?
I think that's what's going to happen. I honestly think that's the way it's going to happen because he can't defend it, or I don't think he will, just because of Hollywood and how he can't get injured. He just can't, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to have to be protected in Chamber. Like he'll probably come in last. He won't be taking any like major bumps or I just think he's got too much on the go in Hollywood right now, and he can't afford to get hurt.
And can he go at that high level?
Well, that's just it.
Rumble, he did that corny Cena, like look at me punch and make my faces. But can he go at that high level of world title match?
Exactly. And he's smart enough, and I don't think he's got that much of an ego nowadays. Or even maybe ever, but to know that he doesn't want to be put in those spots because he knows that he can't go at the level that he wants to or needs to go at.
Yeah.
Especially when you're too concerned about covering up your bald spot.
Yeah.
While you
let it go.
Yeah. Like
it's good, dude. You're 50. It's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so Jacob then comes and interrupts. Fuck, he's over. Oh, he's over.
Even just yanking off that. Yeah, he's so good.
Even Vic put him over. He goes, "I've never been this close to Jacob, and I'm ready to run." Like Vic Joseph is awesome.
Yeah.
I would almost think that he will take Michael Cole's place here in the next 2 or 3 years, whenever Cole retires. Cole's 60,
Cole,
right? So
yeah, he's probably getting tired.
yeah, I would think that Vic would have no problem sliding right into that role of Michael Cole. Is it going to piss Corey off? Sure it is, but like we said, keep your fucking mouth shut. Yeah.
And Vic is more neutral in the sense where Corey always had that wrestling background, the heel, where Vic seems to me like I'm a journalist almost, that vibe.
That's right.
So I like that.
Drew says, Drew, he gets in his face. He goes, "I think this is what the people are want to see." And then Drew goes, "But I've already got my spot. Cody, I think he wants to talk to you." And just leaves the ring.
Just like, yeah.
But there's so much potential for so many matches with Jacob right now.
Yeah.
Him and Drew would kick the shit out of each other. That'd be a match Drew would love to have, right? Jacob and anyone, really. He seems like he's pretty safe. I think he has to hit a little harder based on his style and what he's trying to portray, but
he lays it in.
He does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So
no.
Only 32 years old, right? So
yeah, not too many people on the roster would complain about that anymore either.
No, especially no one probably at this point of the game. If you're going in to face Jacob, you know that you're probably near the top of the card.
Yeah. Everyone's pretty high level there now. They can handle it.
And now I seen today I don't know how this came about or why it came about, but Fightful had reported that base salary for these guys nowadays is $300,000, over north of 300,000.
Less dates. Yeah, there is probably some merch for the good ones.
Minimum amount earned in WWE for Raw or SmackDown was $250,000, but apparently it's north of 300. So
Jeez,
I mean, if you're getting paid $300,000 a year, then you can afford to get stiffed every once in a while by Jacob Fatu.
Yeah. Yeah, so. And I get it. Yeah, their travel, blah, blah, blah. But still, like, that's a good starting base. You get a good shirt, you work your way up. There you go.
Yeah, 100%. So we lead into Naomi and Chelsea. This is, again, why are we doing this? Why is Chelsea in this match? Has she she defended it once, right?
Yes.
Build up these women. You build up these women for these mid-card titles, and then they just don't defend them?
And, like, this was a competitive match, but Chelsea, like you say, give her an IC opponent or a US opponent. Same with the IC title. Like, build them up.
Yeah, I don't agree with it at all.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about maybe just ordering a Jacob Fatu sweatshirt.
Is that with the werewolf on it?
Yeah.
And did you see Chelsea hit a Rough Rider?
I did. Yeah.
I was like, hey.
Yeah. I would have probably expect him to be there soon enough, but I just don't know
he's a good worker.
Anyone really cares at this point anymore, though.
Yeah. Yeah. It's at the point where it's like, I mean, if you have Fandango coming back as JDC, bring Matt in. Matt's a great worker.
Yeah.
Great guy to learn from. Has a school too, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. Him and Sean Spears. So put him in NXT.
Yeah. Yep. Look at that.
Trish is in the crowd. Yeah, Naomi wins. Yeah. Trisha's in the crowd. She gets involved. I think she got involved at the end of this match.
Yeah. So, well, was it this one? Or
No, it
was
wasn't.
the,
No, it
yeah,
was the
the other one?
Tiffany one. Yeah. So,
Yes, which was
anyways, we'll
great.
get to that.
Yeah.
We get a Sami Zayn promo from his living room. Tells Kevin we're gonna go again, and it's not going to be fun. So it was announced also that he is gonna be on Raw here tomorrow.
Yeah.
I guess we're getting this at Elimination Chamber. I hope that's not the end of it. Because well, but yeah, I don't know. Do they go at Mania? Now there's rumors and backlash coming
Yeah.
online about Zayn and Cross going at Mania. And people are like, well, this isn't a Mania match. Well, how the fuck do you know? We don't get Cross
You don't know.
wrestling enough. Yeah. Like,
That's a hard part. Yeah. He's
and
been playing
Sammy's a
mind
good
games, but
worker.
yeah.
Sammy's a great worker. He can have a good match with anyone. Cross is no slouch. We just don't see him.
No.
Number one follower of the pod, Karrion Cross. Let's get him in there.
And it'd be all about the actual build up to it, right? The mind
That's
games,
right.
the storytelling. It's not all about, hey, can they have a great match? Well, of course they can if it's built up.
Yeah, exactly. So, but then where does that leave Kevin for Mania? So,
Yeah, true. Like they said, maybe Randy Orton and Kevin.
oh,
Does Orton come
maybe.
back?
Yeah, does
Yeah.
Orton? But even then, where do you put that match on the card? Hot Open night 2, or
It'd be awesome. It'd be a good
it's
opener for
tough. Yeah. Jerking the curtain.
Yeah. How many years ago? 10 years ago or 15 years ago? Randy would be like, "I'm not opening the show."
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck you. Go home.
I was
Yeah.
like, yeah. Let me open the show so
Punch
I
a fan and spit on some kid and then
Yeah.
leave. Yeah, fuck this. I'm Randy
was
fucking
like,
Orton.
hang out with my hot wife. See ya.
Yeah. Motor City and Garza. It was a
Bang, bang,
fine
yeah.
TV match.
It was a standout. Berto, for some reason, he just needs some sort of gimmick or like show his personality. But man, he can go. And he looks like out of all four of those dudes, he's the guy who stood out. Oddly enough.
Well, yeah, all 4 of them can go, right?
Yeah.
I think, as much as people hate multi-mans and everything, I think we're gonna get like a 4-way tag match at Mania.
Yeah. Each brand.
Or another
See
like
that?
or another ladder match. Like 6-way ladder match, right? Something like that. Jeff Hardy and
Great.
Matt show up again.
Jump off a ladder. Come on.
Yeah. Exactly.
Let's go. Oh boy.
But yeah, it was a fine TV match. I think they got 2 segments about.
Yeah, it seemed like a decent length. I don't know how I feel about their theme. Like at first it was great, but when it's very quiet, the Motor City Machine Guns theme, I'm like,
Oh, it's
boy,
terrible.
this is
It's more AI
corny.
fucking Def
Yeah.
Def Leopard or whatever the fuck they're called. Def Rebel.
Yeah.
It's
Bang,
just
bang.
like
Yeah.
if that's how they have a job, is just like putting something into AI and like they're just employed. Like I could do that
Brutal.
and it'd
Yeah.
be better. But whatever.
So
They're just about gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Humberto.
Um Then we got a solo backstage with Jacob, little thing. Solo's wearing all white in the backstage segments, I see.
Doing a Matthew McConaughey Jeep Wagoneer commercial. I'm like, this is so weird. When he pulled up, I'm like, oh, Jeep, okay. Made me
But
want
he all white, yeah, like turtleneck.
Yes.
But when he came out to the ring later, he was in black again. So
yeah. Did the Batista show up? And
I think we're leaning into we're probably gonna get Solo and Jacob at Mania.
what a rush. Like that's throwing it together pretty quick. but it'd be a great show.
You think it's too quick? They're already planting hostility, right? We're still 2 months away.
Especially at the end of that, where it was like, yeah, Solo accidentally got Tama there, and it was like, okay,
Yeah, yeah. Needed time off after losing the La Fala. It feels bad. He let the family down.
yeah.
And then he says,
Jacob.
I love you, Jacob. Yeah.
So
So
what does that tell you? So does that
maybe
mean Jacob is getting his love?
they're gonna have tribal combat again for this side of the bloodline.
Which I guess if you're gonna milk it, keep going.
Then we get a whole bunch of
You didn't like the Miz? Although, the Damian Priest promo, I love that tape promo, and whatever music they use, that should be his theme. I did love his sitting there talking. I thought that was a cool vignette. I liked it.
I watched this later in the day. I must have skipped past that.
Yeah, it wasn't that long of a thing. It was just like a little video package. He's sitting there drinking some whiskey or whatever. Bourbon, maybe. Rum.
Like Shinsuke comes out, cuts a promo.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in the crowd could really understand what he was saying. I had to rewind it a few times. I didn't get it. LA Knight.
Shadow.
Yeah, LA Knight comes out, interrupts him, does his shtick. Then the Miz comes out for whatever reason. I don't know. They just, all these guys need to, I don't know what to do with these guys. I don't know.
Miz to me was the weird one out of place just because Shinsuke LA, they've had their time, whatever. Miz once again is like saying the same old thing. I want to make this title relevant. I'm the only one who made it relevant. And it's like, oh, come on, man, do something different. And yet you just shipped over his former tag team partner. Him and R-Truth were over as a tag team. So it's like you split them up, they feuded, and now they're back on the same show together, and they're both mediocre. But as a tag team, they could put younger teams over. I don't know what to do with the Miz.
I just don't know what to do with either of these guys. Like, that title needs to get off Shinsuke. It doesn't need to go back on LA Knight, and it doesn't need to go on the Miz. It should be on Carmelo, is who it should be on.
Yeah, somebody young.
Or Andrade. Like, what the fuck is Andrade doing now?
Probably just being like, what am I doing? Yeah, probably asking everybody else what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, waiting for an opportunity.
So then we get the Miz versus LA Knight. I skipped it. I don't care.
No. Same old formula.
Yeah. We get a neat little Alexa Bliss backstage with Nia and Candice. Obviously, the Wyatt thing flashes while she's doing her little promo.
Yep. I think she'll be the new leader.
She's wearing pretty much the female version of Bray's gear. So,
yeah.
I just hope, like, they got to do something here because we're killing the Wyatt Six again. Like, we're just killing the gimmick.
Yeah.
And I just don't. Talents. Yeah, I don't know the longevity this has. I just don't think it's there.
Not when you don't do anything with them. Right?
Yeah, maybe hopefully Bliss can inject some sort of life into it, but I just feel.
And it could, and this could protect her too, because she does seem to get hurt. So maybe as the leader or head figure, she wouldn't have to wrestle as much. Nikki Cross could do that. I mean, Joe Gacy, you're wasting his time. He's a young guy who can go. He can move. Get him.
Dexter's even a good older, but Dexter's a good wrestler, good worker.
in great shape, fantastic. And for the big man there, like Big Red, he's great. I like Eric Rowan. He's obviously
Great
older,
for what
but he's
he,
still
yeah, great for what he needs to be used for, right? But
yeah.
we're just like relegating these guys.
Who in the hell is that? Some mid-carder?
Just all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. R-Truth is out here. He's 50. I don't want him on my TV anymore. I don't want him wrestling in a match on a
I know.
wrestling program that I'm watching.
That's why I'm like, what is going on? Like,
Where is Andrade?
yeah.
I would much rather watch Andrade and Carmelo round 27 than have fucking R-Truth on my TV.
And I get it. He's funny with his one.
Love Ron Killings, right? Sure, he's,
Yeah.
you know, been great for the business, but God.
Yeah. Him and
Carmelo
Miz
wins,
not,
obviously. So
yeah, as he should. But yeah, him and Miz shouldn't be wasting too much time out there anymore.
no,
Throw him in a tag to put over young tag teams. How about that? Like they were doing.
that's right. But they already have enough young tag teams right now that basically I'm going to assume the machine guns are there to do. Once they,
Yeah.
you know, kind of fully rejuvenate this tag division, that's what Motor City's going to be there for. Put guys over and help them refine themselves as tag wrestlers. So their opponents, that is. So
yeah, 'cause Pretty Deadly is awesome. I love them. They're hilarious.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And then we get another excellent Street Profits vignette in the back, pre-record.
Yeah. Dawkins wearing a suit. It only took 7 years.
And Montez is like,
oof.
He's just like intense in it.
Yeah, he was on fire.
Yeah,
he really was.
They'll get injected into this, you know, multi-man mania that I'm predicting, and I would assume they're going to win the titles. Like, this has been an excellent run of promos. They had a good run of matches before Dawkins got hurt, and they deserve it. I don't think they've won the tag titles before. Maybe once.
One.
Yeah.
You know what? And
but not for long.
No. And you know what? It was like it was taken away too soon. And I think it's literally been even since Vince left that they've been kind of waiting because they weren't even being really used. You know, they had the Hurt Business and it was like, okay, here's some life into them. And then Hurt Business obviously crashed with the new regime. And it's like, they just kind of hung on. It was like, what do we do with these guys? Okay, we like them, but it's not the time yet. Finally, it is. The injuries, of course. But damn, they're on fire now.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And they were like, it's been just about 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, they were tag champs in Thunderdome. It's been a while.
Superdome.
Superdome. Yeah.
Where am I, brother?
That doesn't work for me, brother.
That was still the funniest thing ever at that WrestleMania when he said it was called it the wrong dome.
Yeah,
I'd
idiot.
never forget that.
Just a twat.
Jeez. And then
The son of a bitch, if you ask me.
Damn right. Another good car promo.
Another great car promo from from Kevin.
I love these iPhone promos.
See, I still think the payoff for this is at Mania. So Kevin will go over at Chamber. He'll put Sammy over at Mania. I just want it to be for a title is all.
At Chamber, is it any type of match, or have they said?
Oh, they haven't said yet. No, I'm guessing
Okay.
Sammy will say something about it on or tomorrow night here. So
yeah, because it could end up being like, you know, they do the whole. It's a normal match. They get disqualified. Blah blah blah. Then yeah, payoff at Mania.
that's right.
Easiest way to write it.
Oh, dropped something back here. Just hold on a second.
Face the camera. But yeah, that was a good promo. I did enjoy it. I love the phone promos.
Yeah, he's like he just needs give him another run, please. He's doing so good.
It's been long enough, yeah.
And then we get Tony the Tiger versus Tiffany Stratton. I mean Nia Jax versus Tiffany Stratton.
You know me, I love it when these big girls wear like animal print. It's hot. I mean, chicks aren't my thing, but if I was in them, it would be like, please wear animal print.
Would you say that they're great?
Yeah, she was.
Okay.
She was. Nia's great. I love her animal print.
Yeah, it was another good match by Nia too.
It was like, and she plays when she's pissed off. She can act pissed off so well.
Yeah,
like her face, everything. Like, oh, she looks like she's going to snap one of these girls in half.
It was fairly like formulaic, like a pretty standard formula for like big powerhouse versus smaller face, right? Get all your big power moves in, face goes for the comeback, gets thwarted, more big power moves, right? It was a lot of, it was very, very basic in terms of how it was planned out, but it was effective, right? That's what Nia needs. It's what she's good at. Like, just keep her doing what she's strong at. So
yeah, her Samoan, she always throws in the Samoan drop, the hips, right?
That's
the hip
right.
attacks, headbutts for sure.
DC crowd was pretty split, I noticed. There was lots of alternating, let's go Tiffy, let's go Nia. So
they know she's great.
Well, that's right. The fans know that she's, putting in work. So
yeah. And our girl Trish, our Toronto girl.
That's where she interferes, because Charlotte comes out. Now, Charlotte is unrecognizably unhealthy looking.
And
I don't know what it is.
Her gear, her bottom half, she's way too skinny. Like,
maybe it's the divorce stress, right? You don't want to body shame or really beat
but it worries me because
but
her pants were like falling off her to the point she hiked them up before she sat down.
Yeah,
just like her Rumble gear, it's too loose.
And whether or not, you would think that she'd want to be a little bulkier, especially down the lower half, to protect the knee.
Yeah, when you're moonsaulting out to the outside and stuff like that, you want some muscle down there.
Yeah. So
it's
hopefully it's nothing serious.
No. No.
Everybody knew she was going to pick Tiffany, so this isn't much of a surprise.
No, I do love how she did it. I love how she saw, Tiffany perform really well, went out there, sat in the chair, and was like, I choose you. Like, the intensity was there. I thought that was kind of neat.
Good heelish delivery on it too. So
yeah, exactly. I was like, way to dive into the heel. At least we know what you're supposed to be.
The only other thing, I made a note here because
like a Valentine's Day note.
Yeah. Will you? Yeah. I choose you. The era of like 2000, what years would have this been? 2002, well, even earlier than that, of like the brawn panties matches and the, they get shit on, and rightfully so. But let's call a spade. Like, Tiffany Stratton was pretty much wearing a brawn panties with a little skirt. Like, she looked like a slutty nurse on Halloween.
I noticed that too. I was like, because wasn't it like a picnic basket, like blanket, that kind of old like country girl gear.
That's right.
I was like, oh boy, with
but
lace
right that Even
Wow.
when Liv is wearing her little mini skirt, and Liv's got a fairly thick lower half. It's excellent.
The caboose.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey.
But she wears a t-shirt when she wrestles, but right, your Jade Cargills and your even Rhea.
Yeah. Legitimate
Right.
thong. Some of these girls are wearing.
These are pretty much bra and panties. So where are the whiners now?
Yeah. The age of empowerment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the only difference? The only difference now is they're wrestling more. So where was the outcry when they were wearing nothing back then? Where's the outcry now? Everybody
Exactly.
cried back then. It's
Yeah.
like, if they want to wear it, let them wear it. They're happy. They're not being forced.
No.
Pretty sure.
And the quality of the match is they're not swinging pillows around and wrestling in oil, which obviously was the worst part of that whole era. But the quality of the match is much better now. So maybe that's where there's some leniency, I guess, as to what people are saying online, but whatever.
Yeah. Save that for the dudes.
Yeah, I just noticed, and I was like, this outfit's pretty slutty here, Tiffy.
Yeah.
So
the baby oil on, like you said on Trick the other day, I laughed so hard. I'm like, that is a lot of baby oil.
Oh yeah.
you were so right. I'm like, they're using way too much now. Like, what is going on? The roles have reversed.
Yeah. Then we get a
What a great match.
backstage. Yeah, it was a great match. We get a backstage. Aldous shows Bianca and Naomi that Liv and Raquel are fleeing the scene from Jade.
This made me cry. This is so dumb.
This can't be can't be it. I don't think it's
No.
it. I really doubt this is going to be it. But they're gonna have a match.
So bad.
Yeah.
I was
They'll
so
have a
mad, dude.
match for, on Monday, probably tomorrow, or maybe at Chamber. I don't really know what the card is looking like for Chamber yet, but men's, women's, Owens, Sammy.
Does that make any sense, though, to have Liv and Raquel as a payoff?
It doesn't.
After all this time?
Yeah, it
Everyone's
doesn't.
Like, waiting.
It's
so dumb.
It's Naomi.
Yeah, because even Naomi, did you hear her say, people have been trying to frame me? And it's like, interesting that you said that.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah, it's
okay,
Naomi.
what if Naomi and, say, Bianca lose the titles to Liv and Raquel? And then it's like, oh man, and Jade comes out and is like, what did you do? You lost. It wasn't even you. You lost the titles and it was you who attacked me. I don't know. How do you save this? What do you do?
Well, Jade is coming back.
Yeah.
She's very close. She posted something online on Friday night, like right before SmackDown. So, anyways, people thought she was coming back in DC, but she didn't. This just seems like a waste of time, though. I guess. Well, and especially since these two are on SmackDown, these two are on Raw. So,
yeah,
what's the point of the show being split then? I guess we've learned that there is no point. They just do whatever they want. But
no, and that's what bugs me about the women's tag team titles, right? Like, okay, every other title has one set per brand, except these women tag team titles, and I get it. There's not enough yet. But man, like, I get it. Okay, Raw has their number one contender, or is it NXT? Like, how do you write that properly and then they get sent over to SmackDown from Raw?
Yeah.
Like, I guess wherever the titles go, yeah, the champions go there, but number one contenders get to float around? Okay.
Well, and that's my other gripe is that, and it just happened with Bayley. I get it though, because she was part of the NBA All-Star game, and they wanted to probably promote her and cross promotion and all that. But we have got Bianca and Naomi as a team, or one of them literally wrestle on every show every week for the last
love
like
it.
3 months.
You love it.
And they're great wrestlers, fine, but we're not like I'm like where are the Andrades, the Santos Escobars, the Karrion Crosses? Like why aren't these guys wrestling?
Even the other women, like, come on.
Or the
There's
other women, yeah,
on.
like Lyra, your champion, Chelsea, like it's like what are we doing?
I like because you keep saying it like every show, but then they keep coming up and like they're booked every show, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. 'Cause
Every
I know
fucking show.
just I'm like, I know he's gonna be mad, and it's like,
What the hell is going on?
yeah, like every show. Oh, and there's so many women sitting around, like, yeah, Ivy Nile,
Right?
yeah,
What do we got? Naomi and Bianca?
You just made the list.
Yeah, you're wrestling
on.
again. Yeah.
Gotta book them women. Same ones, though.
Yeah. And then we get our triple threat.
Yeah. Good story.
Good story. Braun can hardly move anymore, man.
Yeah, it's got to be still his. What was it? His crotch or something that he hurt last
His,
time.
it's his groin. I tore
that's
my
it.
crotch.
Well, I've done that, but
Yeah. Okay.
like I said, I'm practicing the splits.
Right.
Get my hip out of place.
What a maneuver! What a maneuver!
Yeah, I thought it was a slow match. It's like
It
in
wasn't my
reality,
favorite triple threat ever. That's for damn sure.
No.
Priest definitely shouldn't have won with a South of Heaven to Braun. Like, realistically, you can't lift Braun, Priest, like that. Sorry.
Yeah. Do like Taker used to do. He had the triangle choke or something.
Yeah,
Get a
get a
submission.
submission. More bloodline dissension at the end when Solo spikes Jacob or Tama.
That was cool.
I liked that. Jacob gets in Solo's face. But wasn't my favorite match, anyways. Yeah.
No,
Like I
and
said, I
like,
guess
what's
this
gonna happen?
leads Jacob and Solo at Mania. So
Yeah. Especially with when Priest shoved Fatu Jacob into Solo, and it was like, okay, what else? I guess that's it. What are you going to be mad because you got pushed into him, or like that was kind of corny? But you don't. The dissension is there. Like something's going to happen.
that's right.
It'll be good. The shaking of the hands was kind of corny. Priest, like you're not even the number one contender yet.
Yeah.
But thanks, Cody, for coming out.
I know people love Priest. He's just
Mhm.
not my favorite guy to watch. Yeah.
No, he's a great like upper mid card or like lower main event guy. But I don't think Braun even needed to be in that match. I guess you threw him in because he's up there. He's a big guy. He's helped out a lot. So I just didn't think he needed to be.
No. But it was a fine SmackDown. It's just, another SmackDown. It's very obviously the secondary show.
Yeah.
It needs to be cut down an hour. Realistically, it needs to be cut. But
yeah. Oh, and news-wise, BG James back being the co-head writer for that show now. Maybe they've realized it's kind of stale. They needed something else.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, so the Road Dogg is now going to be writing for that because he hasn't done that since 2017. But yeah, he'll be back as lead writer, co-head writer. So, I mean, that might help. It does need something, like a wrestler's vision, I guess.
Yeah, it needs something big time because it's just stale and slow. The whole show is it just all feels slow. That being said, Speaking of slow, I don't know where my notes for Vengeance Day went.
Were they written on like invisible ink, and now you have to use a flashlight or something?
They might be actually.
Penny.
Well, interesting. I'll inspect her
Um,
gadget.
Hey, Penny, show me your gadget. Brain.
Go gadget. Oh boy.
Ooh. I mean, let's see the real gadget. I would love to see an adult version of Inspector Gadget. Off topic.
No.
Not like that, not like that adult, but like a rated, let's say 16, whatever, just to have some funniness to it. I think it'd be great. Go find the results, because you had Fallon Henley versus Stephanie to open, right?
We did, yeah. I guess I don't really need to. I can just
Go off memory. You have a great
I'll
memory.
just go off memory. Yeah.
I'm so glad that this title did change hands, though, because Fallon Henley does not do it for me.
No, and I think everybody knew it was going to happen.
Yeah. Stephanie
basically since Jordynne Grace is now there. This is a super strong women's division. Very strong women's division. So
it's quite scary if you
I think we're in for a treat for sure.
Yeah.
Get out the pillows. Yeah. Get out the pillows and oil.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you could probably get rid of that whole Fatal Influence group, just in my opinion. And I don't want people losing their jobs, but to me, you don't need them with the other talent you have down there. It's insane.
That's
I could watch Stephanie, Julia, like Jordynne, even, like, they're so good.
It was a good match for sure. I
think Stephanie almost ran it. I don't know.
I don't know if I don't know if her English is good enough to run to run the match yet, but
yeah.
It was still very good.
More talented one, I would say. Fallon, she's there. She's okay. It's just like you have so many other chicks like Zarya.
And I just love her moves. It's the dragon screw out of the corner. I love it.
It's like lucha mixed with Japan almost. Like, it's just a weird.
Well, it is, right?
Suplexes, yeah.
And these women are taking these suplexes, especially from Julia. She's had to tone them down a little bit, not so brainbustery, but
yeah. Still want to be able to think after the match or during the match, but yeah.
Sol Ruka and Zarya had a like a training video vignette. It was kind of funny.
Was it like the Billy Gunn mixed with Chuck Palumbo stretching one?
No, it wasn't that.
Oh, okay. Wasn't that kind
of? It was like Sol Ruka being the fun loving, I'm kind of a hippie, and Zarya being like, me smash, me mad.
Okay, so no compromising positions.
Yeah, not really. No. Axiom and Fraser was against Briggs and Inamura. I don't give a shit about Josh Briggs, but this was a good match. No.
He's starting to get there. He's starting to get his personality. I think he was really, I don't know. He's had to come out of his shell, that's for sure.
I just wonder where Axiom and Fraser go from here, because they've been teasing a split, but there just isn't enough NXT tag teams right now.
No. And they're great as a tag team. At first I was like, oh boy, what a thrown together weird kind of
They mix, are. And if they're going back and forth to TNA and whatnot and can cross promote their tag teams, then I guess that's what they're going to have to do for the next little while.
Yeah, great high flyers. They're fun to watch for sure.
They're fast, right? like I don't mind watching them. It's a lot, you know, it's the same thing as AEW for me. There's just not a lot of psychology in their matches.
Yeah,
I don't find.
not for
Right,
them. No,
lots
they do
of
fly around.
yeah, it's lots of destroyers and leaps and moonsaults and spins and
Slow down.
yeah, Spanish flies, and it's whatever. It was a fun match though.
Yeah. I'm excited about Evolve, NXT Evolve. I don't know if we get it on Tubi Canada or if there's a Tubi Canada or whatever it is. I'm kind of excited to see like even the dudes before they even get to NXT and just to see how green they are. I love that.
Well, LFG is pretty much showing that.
Yeah, I got that recorded. I'm excited. Do you watch it?
No, I don't. I don't have cable television, and I don't know what streaming service I have to pretend to purchase to get it.
It's on like A&E because you know it's arts and education.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We get a pretty good vignette from Stax saying how he's gonna get revenge on Sean Spears and that Izzy fucking Dame. It was just him in the vignette, the promo rather. It was good. I like
cool look, too.
Stax.
Yeah, he's got a good look. He can work.
I like the family as a gimmick as a whole. I love mob shit. So
yeah, they're actually they got a few new people in there too. It seems like I don't know who the other guy is. I don't know his name.
Yeah, we'll see how this turns out. People online hated the booking of this next match and Trick versus Eddy Thorpe.
What
Eddy Thorpe gets the win.
Yeah, one's being moved up.
That's right. Trick's pretty well done in NXT, I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Carmelo hasn't really been doing a whole hell of a lot, is because it'll be Trick that him comes and has a program with him. Trick is over.
Yeah. He's and I always knew he'd be between him and Carmelo. Trick wasn't as talented as Carmelo, but he had that crowd connection, and it's just like awesome.
Yeah,
they love him. What did you think of Thorpe like wrestling?
You know what? I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
The thing I hated, like of course, these guys are all still relatively green. They're in NXT for a reason still.
Yeah.
And some of Thorpe's moves are kind of like, I get you're doing the indigenous thing and it's all very fun and it's huge. But you know, these like no jumping chops, it's like these jumping tomahawk chops. It's just impractical.
Yeah. Because I mean,
that being said, the match was good.
Yeah.
For what it was, I don't know why we had to have a strap. Nobody tried to touch the buckles at all. And then
he just started bringing it.
And then he just low blowed Trick with the strap and gets his knee finisher for the win.
Yeah. You're right. Like he's not a bad wrestler.
He was a little corny in his overselling when he was getting whipped with the strap, but the point of the strap, why we didn't need a strap match. If he was going to win with a low blow, that was legal, and then knee him for the win, just make it like a no DQ match.
Well, and when you hear strap match, you think four corners.
That's right.
That's how you win.
Yeah.
And it's weird with Thorpe because at first he was a face. So I almost feel like it was almost a booking issue, and maybe that's why people are like, I don't like this guy, and not in a heel way. But I think it's because it's like, okay, he was booked as a face and then he was a heel, I guess. They didn't explain anything. You know, and they really haven't explained much for his character.
They haven't.
No, and he's had to, like, he's finally done it in some vignettes, but it's like he's finally getting there, but he's not a horrible wrestler. So I'm I'm happy about that. I'm hoping he can get there personality wise or booking. Tell me why.
Ethan Page versus Javon Evans. I know people love Javon. I don't.
Even the Observer, he was voted their new what is it, top newcomer or whatever, rookie of the year. That shocked me because it's always AEW.
Yeah.
Blew my mind.
He's talented, but don't get me wrong, he's talented. It's just not my style. I just don't like the style. This match, I knew Paige was gonna win it. Just basically because, Javon had signed this contract or this waiver, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
that shocked
just
me.
Talking about the dangers of the match or whatever, but
yeah, I don't know why I thought Javon would win. I guess because it was like his return from injury, but thinking about it, it's like, well, they're probably going to milk it. He's still wearing, his mouth is still having issues from the broken jaw.
Yeah, this overly large mouthpiece, the whole gimmick, the whole thing was a little corny. Paige wins with a punch, with the Big Show KO punch. So,
oh no,
yeah.
Did he wind up even like the whoa?
Well, he has a finisher, like one of his main moves is this punch, I guess, the twisting grin, isn't it?
Okay, yeah.
Or is it a knee? I can't remember. I wasn't really. Oh no, he wasn't like.
I think the John Cena punch to Uso at Royal Rumble, like the.
Oh yeah.
So bad. No, I'm glad Ethan won though, because he didn't need to be buried right away. He deserved a win too. And Javon has all the time in the world.
That's right. I just don't know where Ethan goes from here. Right? I don't think he's got room. I just don't think there's room. He'll just get lost in the main rosters.
Yeah. Unless he can make some sort of...
Because nothing really, stands out. Like, nothing's really setting him apart from other mid-carders that are on the main roster.
There's no, like, Canadian tag teams either, is there? Where he could do, like, a Canadian stable of some sorts. That always goes over okay.
For a little while it does, yeah. The Un-Americans was a thing, yeah.
Yeah. Feud with All American, whatever.
American
Gable,
Alpha,
I guess they're all... Yeah, American Alpha, Gable, they're all heel.
Or American Made, rather, sorry.
Wait for them to be face, I don't know.
Stephanie has an interview in the back, and she is the first Chilean-born superstar to win a title.
Hey, that's awesome.
Which is super cool. Then we get the man.
No bread, no water. Yes.
Austin Theory.
No.
Not Austin Theory. Oh, okay.
No, just me, Booker T. Just me, Oba Femi.
Grayson Waller.
This was another match, triple threat, that was just okay.
Very weird too.
Yeah, we knew that A-Town down. Like, this is leading to their split, obviously.
That's when they were booking it. I wondered that, like, why, and was it going to be like one of those, oh, we fooled you, look at us, team up against you now? I didn't know how that was going to play out.
Yeah. Won't talk about this too much. Obviously, Oba wins.
Any standouts?
No. There's a pretty good table spot with Waller putting Oba through a table off the top rope kind of thing. Well, Oba was
Okay.
down on the floor on a table, and then Waller came with like an elbow drop. But
Nice.
and then Oba threw Waller actually through the announce table that they had gimmicked, so the announce table kind of fell.
Was it
So he
reinforced
didn't
with
so he
steel?
didn't JD himself, JD McDonough himself.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be made out of steel or concrete.
That's right. Yeah. Oba wins the match, and then Retribution or the NWO or whoever these guys are show up. I don't know who these 4 guys are. I don't know their names. Well, I know their names from reading them, but I don't know really who they are in terms of where they sat in developmental. But
Yeah, and I just know Dion or whatever. They're the guy who was doing that gimmick with Ashante and I guess Carmen Petrovic or whoever about the kissing or where's it? Like, yeah, I don't know who it was.
yeah,
But
what's the payoff? I guess.
yeah, yeah. Renegade Group, another one.
Ariana Grace brought her dad Santino out into this to a backstage segment, so the crowd popped pretty good for that.
Which is cool. I did, yeah. I read
Yeah.
that. She didn't bring Auntie Santina.
No, she didn't bring Auntie
Oh.
Santina.
I loved her.
Uh,
5 o'clock shadow. Really bad
Yeah.
5 o'clock shadow on Santina. Oh, I loved it.
and then we get the main event. I believe that's 2 NXT PLEs in a row where the women have the main event, so that's cool. That just shows how deep and strong that their women's division is.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good match. Cora Jade looks strong in the match. I think Bayley was calling everything for the most part, but
I love.
yeah,
Cora
it was just
Jade.
Cora looked great. Roxanne looked
They can
great
all
as
keep up.
always.
Nobody had issues keeping up with Bayley, eh?
Oh no.
Good.
Julia's a
That's a
star.
good sign. Yeah.
So.
Julia for sure wouldn't. Roxanne's been doing great work. And Cora, like, glad she's back. That injury really set her back like a good year. It seemed
It did
like
for sure.
Yikes. Missed so much. Came back strong.
Yeah. But it was good. Finisher trading at the end, right? Big move trading at the end, sunset bombs and rising knee strikes and everything. There was a big turnbuckle spot where Julia had Roxanne in a butterfly suplex from the top.
Okay.
I'd have to watch it again. I can't even remember, but Roxanne took quite a bump. Julia was able to obviously get whoever she had over in her butterfly suplex, and it looked really great.
Okay, yeah, with like the Tower of Doom thing.
Tower of Doom, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And they're not scared to do this stuff. Like they're not.
No. And they're all light enough that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's got to be definitely part of it because like it seems like they're not struggling to do any kind of. This generation isn't like struggling.
No, they're not.
Like I've seen where right, like I don't know if it was even Bella's and all them. It seemed like it was almost a struggle to do some of these moves back in the day.
Well, let's be real. They're not good wrestlers.
No.
So.
Oh, it was entertainment. They were just there.
That's all it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sell this merch and whatever.
Yeah.
Pre-mode.
That's a great song, though. Even if you listen to those themes, sadly enough, they're better than themes.
Oh,
now.
I know. It's terrible.
They're old. Those old horrible themes actually have segments and like proper breakdowns in the song, and like it's so weird to say that.
Julia pins Roxanne clean with the Northern Lights bomb to win. So
Woo.
I'm guessing that's the end of Roxanne on NXT, since she has a qualifier on Monday. That I'm guessing
That's
she's
awesome.
gonna win. I can't imagine they're gonna put fucking Raquel Rodriguez in the chamber, but who knows?
You don't want to see that? You don't want to see
No.
Yeah, she'll be busy with that tag match. Let's hope.
Yeah. Well, but
Fingers
lives in
crossed.
the tag, lives in the chamber though, so
Ooh.
that match can't be at Elimination Chamber.
Oh, that's true.
So then
That's true. Oh,
Stephanie
broke my
comes
heart.
out at the end. You know, her and her, like, I guess these two women are like very good friends. So it's super cool that they're both champions in NXT together.
yeah.
They come out and raise their titles together. And then we get the Juggernaut that comes out. Jordynne Grace comes out right at the end wearing 12-inch fucking flats on the bottom of her boots just so she can be as tall as the other two who aren't that tall to begin with.
That was a cool picture. I did see that. That was a good, I don't know, it looked neat. Because Jordynne was pretty integral for TNA.
She was, yeah. I don't see her being in NXT for a long, long time. Year, maybe. Maybe 2 years, but I don't really think she needs to polish a whole bunch
No.
down in NXT, so.
I mean, she's got those skills, right? Like it's maybe.
And
it's
if they
just
want to, yeah, if they want to push her like the Juggernaut that she rightfully is,
yeah,
you know, maybe she beats Julia or Steph here real quick and they get one of them up to the main right away. And then move Jordynne up, right? They still have all these women that are kind of in the mid card that are, you know, your Jada Parkers, your Lola Vices,
yeah,
your even your Ren Sinclairs and your Zarias, and like the division of those three women are up on the main roster in a year, which I predict they probably will be. You still have a super strong women's division, so.
Yeah, because Sol Ruka, she still needs something. I thought she'd be the first North American, but yeah, it's like it's never a bad thing for these people from other companies to come in and just learn where the cameras are, how they call a match, the timing. It's just it's helpful. So no matter
That's
how good
right.
you are, yeah, learn that stuff. It's great.
Yeah, so
It's not a demotion to go to NXT like some would think.
no, it absolutely isn't. But who are we to judge? We just talk about it.
We just talk about it, just like Josh Alexander, right? That's why I think he'll go to AEW, get that payday. Doesn't have to do the NXT payday. I mean, the guy was working his daytime job when he started TNA, so maybe he's just looking for that cash.
True.
Because Josh Alexander, you throw him in AEW, what does he do? There's so many guys there that are levels above him. Not saying he's bad.
Well, that's just it. It's like, so you go from a company that is on the rise now again.
Yeah.
And had, what did they have in that last pay-per-view? Genesis. They had like 3,500 people in there.
Yeah.
To AEW, who has 2,000 people.
Yeah.
And
Dynamite
way
struggles.
too many male talents that they already don't know what to do with them. Or at least if you're in NXT, you know, you could have a program with some of these other guys. So
yeah,
whatever.
You'll get that payday eventually.
He will. You know, yeah. It's an odd choice to me for him to want to go there. But
yeah, geez, even Ethan Page, right? You think of the Canadian team, they could have yeah. Lots of stuff they could have done. Anywho,
but I think that's enough rambling from us tonight.
Brother.
As always, don't forget to like, subscribe. We are up to 111,000 subscribers on YouTube.
And we just got the face of GQ magazine. We will be splitting the cover.
Yes, like Two-Face and Batman.
Yeah.
I'm the ugly
Like,
half.
dude of the year.
Yeah,
Or
that's
we're
right.
both drooping. We're just both they picked
Yeah.
both our bad sides.
Yeah,
it's-
okay.
But it's still the best looking, like, you know.
Yeah, easy. Come on.
Yeah. Gonna sell that. Thank you.
But yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for listening. Thanks for tuning in.
Stay cute.
Yes,
That's
and have a
all
good
cute.
night. Monday Night Raw tomorrow. We'll be back Tuesday at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Thanks again.